Good morning, y'all. It's Timidity. It is 10:58 a.m., the weird hour where it's like it's still early, but also kind of like almost an hour where you have to start getting up. But it's foggy, so I'm using that as an excuse. But funny enough, sometimes on foggy days I feel energized. I did a whole lot of drinking last night, and surprisingly, I have like really really good health. Maybe it's because I made the smart decision of eating like three huge fucking tacos and some nacho fries before bed. God bless and amen. A great life decision. So I woke up this morning full of joy after a night of like fun, friends, compliments, and like flirting, and it was great. And I unprovoked decided, you know what would be really good for me right now, despite how I feel like really good with the like cognitive function, executive function, all that today, and I feel like I could probably focus and do fine and like enjoy a bunch of my goals, I should probably chug a fucking Baja Blast, large that I got, and then immediately give myself tension and brain fog and inflammation. Sometimes we don't know what's good for us, but for me, I mostly know what's good for me. This is what the topic of the day is about. Do you ever have things that you avoid because you know deep down you yourself will not be able to handle it? For example, I can never get into Lana Del Rey's music because I feel like, don't totally fucking beat my ass for this, but I feel like some of her music like glamorizes being with abusive, ugly ass men who treat you terribly. And it's like, I don't know. I remember when I was a teenager, everybody, and even in my 20s, like early 20s and whatever fucking stage of 20s I am now, it was just like you would see these girls, young ass girls, posting like fucking the Lolita book cover. Mind you, that is not a romance story. It's a story of horrific rape and abuse of a child. You're not like, come on now. Just because it was written well does not mean it was a romance. That nigga needs like, no. You're supposed to be like, wow, like spoiler alert for the fucking book Lolita. Let's just say if a nigga sees you when you're like 12 and he's like, I'm gonna molest and rape you when you're drunk, and then when your mom finds out about it, I'm going to have a factor in her death, and instead of calling the cops and having her like revived or anything and holding myself accountable for my actions of being a fucking pedophile, then you know what, I'm just gonna leave your mom to die in the street and kidnap you and act like you're my daughter and take you all across of the fucking USA while repeatedly molesting you, even when you're next to your friends, and just repeatedly making you suffer and lose your mind. People see that and think it's a love story. What the fuck is wrong with those people? I think they need to be put down like fucking dogs. Just like I don't like you bitches. Anyway, so and also okay, you know that movie? Okay, so if I recall correctly, Brooke Shields made a movie based on her life about like. Hold on one second. Let me fact check just in case. Okay, so just to clarify, so a movie with Brooke Shields was made. It's called Pretty Baby. If I recall, so this is what the plot says. The plot says a New Orleans hooker meets a photographer at her brothel one night and then befriends her 12-year-old daughter. And then eventually, like, let's just say the 12-year-old daughter loses her innocence and whatever the fuck. It's pretty so it's like it's pretty much, I'll put it this way, even looking it up just to make sure I wasn't tripping, there's literally like multiple campaigns of people being like, yeah, this movie is basically child pornography, it should be illegal, and it's fucking disgusting. Also, it's terrible because in real life, Brooke Shields' parents, their disgusting asses actually, and I'm not fucking kidding, when she was like 10 or 12 or so, they decided to put her in a nude spread in Playboy magazine because there's a legal loophole where you can make child pornography as fucking long as you get parents' consent. No, her parents needed to get shot in the fucking skull. They needed to be bound. They needed to get tarred and feathered and shot by a firing squad. But you know what? The stupid bitches I grew up with, and even the stupid bitches who are younger than me and older than me, it's concerning. They will be like, ooh, you know what sounds good? I'm gonna make a Lana Del Rey edit about her song where she talks about being beaten by her boyfriend in the most horrific but loving way possible. And I'm gonna make edits of like Pretty Baby and Lolita and Girl Interrupted. I totally have media literacy. It's like, bitch. Like, I used to like some of Lana Del Rey's music. She does have a hauntingly beautiful voice when she does. Like, will you still love me? But then I'll put it this way. I have mixed opinions about her song Smarty by Lana Del Rey. I have very mixed. I think it's a very well made song. I think it's a very wonderful song. But I'll put it this way. I'm not saying you can't make cathartic music about the complications of abuse and how you can still see, like, the best and even the worst people and shit. But I don't know. I'll put it this way. sometimes the fan base can ruin things, and then next thing you know, it's like you're watching movies with like Priscilla, and then it's just like over captioned with like the good. I don't know. Eventually it stops seeming like people looking for cathartic release or just like empathizing with the music or whatever, and it just seems like, oh look, we are borderline glamorizing abuse. Or if we aren't doing that, we certainly are, like, you're just adding layer, like, out. It's one of those things where I'm trying to unpack it as I speak, because I'm not trying to be dismissive of the fact that someone can make music about their abuse and complicated relationships with love and all that, but I'll put it this way. I avoid her music because I just think to myself, there is something there that I don't like. And then lo and behold, it's like people will talk about, like, oh, hey, look, Lana Del Rey's new husband is like fucking 60 and ugly as fuck and busted and a Trump supporter. He's just evil in every way you can imagine. And he was with the woman for 19 years and then left her on the rim because Lana Del Rey strutted into town. And she likes his little fucking liver spot, sun spot covered farmer hands and his absolutely grisly personality, and that, and it's like, and she dates cops. You know, she has a very, I'll put it this way, she's someone who I think would probably be very conservative if not for, or hell, I think she probably, I wouldn't be shocked if she voted for Trump. I could picture her voting for Trump. I want to Google who she voted for. I just looked it up. Allegedly, her current man that she's with mocked transgender people, vaccines, and masks during the COVID pandemic. Ooh. So I'll put it this way. She seems like someone who, I don't know her backstory. I don't know much about her life, so don't take this too personally. I try not to know. Why? Because what good would I get from knowing? All I know is it's like, okay, at absolute best, like trailer trash. I don't like trailer trash. At absolute worst, someone who's trying to cosplay as trailer trash, but in an interesting, like, not quite rockabilly, not quite Lolita, but a secret third thing sort of way. And like, and some music is just a little bit too corny for me. But don't worry, I have 3 songs I like by her. I like Smarty. I like what's the one where it's like with ASAP Rocky? I wanna be the object of your affections. Give me all your love, time, tunny. I like that one. She has a third one. I forget the name, but I don't know. Like, some of her lyrics are just really corny, and you know that it's like, you ever meet someone who's trying too hard to like make a song lyric or record a video that they think will be in a TikTok, or that they think would make a banger caption somewhere, like ore farming basically. So it's like I don't know, some of her lyrics just come off as like, I want an old man with money and bills. Beat me in the face if we live in the hills. I love you so much, 56-year-old man. I have only a Gucci wallet and a plan. It's like, but it'll be over like. I once made an ex friend hella mad because I spent like 10 minutes doing Lana Del Rey impressions of how I perceive her music. I like cigarettes and cherry coke. I like pretty boys who like to smoke. Like, it's the same reason I never got big on Drake's music. He just has an evil energy to him and also a cornball energy. And it's like, okay, you don't even. Because 50 Cent has an evil energy, but it's a fun one. Kanye West has an evil energy. But it's sometimes fun, sometimes not. Like, I stopped listening to his music quite long ago. No, thank you. I'm just saying, sometimes you need to know when to jump off the bandwagon, and some people never do, and that explains why they are the way they are. Also, I'm gonna say it. SZA. Okay, how do I put this? SZA is basically Lana Del Rey, but instead of girls who like drink Diet Dr Pepper and Diet Mountain Dew and like, are attracted to old men, it's for like hot girls who have like natural hairstyles and like armpit hair and waist beads, and who smell amazing as fuck, like shea and cocoa butter with a little bit of vanilla and caramel, like a fucking melted Snickers bar. I mean Snickers bar. Like, fine as fuck black girls with Tumblr pages who cannot get ugly ass niggas to text them back. Like, they're crying over niggas with patchy beards who they knew damn well they shouldn't have fucked it. Their apartment on the first date within like 10 seconds of the fucking anime intro playing on his fucking Netflix. But you know what? They did anyway. And then they'll cry about it and have a victim complex. Like, I don't know. That's just like, how do I put this? Don't get me wrong. I do still like SZA's music. You should have seen me the other day. I was fucking it up. I was cutting a rug in the crib. But it's one of those things where it's like beautiful voice. The topics are just like, I'm gonna say it, low vibrational. Not to say that it's like I'm a super. Well, am I a highly vibrational person? I'm not gonna say I'm not, because that would be self-hating. But that's the thing about her music and Lana Del Rey's music. It doesn't seem like music from women who truly like themselves. Like, hell, we all saw Lana Del Rey make her post online where she was talking about, so now that other women like Rihanna and Cardi B and Ariana Grande and all of them make music about selling their bodies and having sex and na 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 na, when is there gonna be a room for me to do so? Bitch, you are, and this was weird. It's like, bitch, you have had multiple songs take off on the charts. You're already incredibly popular. You have a cult-like fan base that is huge, and you still want to complain about not being as popular as Beyonce? Bitch, you're just fucking Lizzie Grant or whatever the fuck your name is. You're just some white woman who sings well. There's a lot of those. You have to work hard. Well, it's like the only thing I know, like, come on now. The only real thing I know about her is the Lana Sit on My Face video. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's the type of greed they talk about in the Bible, and the type of it's like, I'm just saying, if you really liked yourself, I think you would not make a letter online trying to. I think it was really just to start controversy because she knew it would get people talking about her. But it did make some people lose interest in her because it's like, bitch, you have a lot of fame. Your music is in like fucking The Great Gatsby. You have multiple songs used in multiple soundtracks on movies across the fucking world. You are known well. People have loved you for like a whole fucking decade straight. So I remember being 14 and being like, damn, everybody loves this Lana chick, and it's only gotten bigger, and she still had the nerve to complain. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm just saying, sometimes shit gets annoying. But, and it's like, for SZA's music, I'll put it this way. Do you think I want to listen to music where it's like, I could be a supermodel, but you fucking hate me? I'm just kidding, that's not how the song goes. Sorry, I sung that like it was like some sort of insurance commercial ad. Like, we are farmers, but you fucking hate my guts. The Mountain Dew's kicking in. But anyway, as I was saying, I don't want to listen to music where someone's like, "You, how dare you mock me for having a little booty? You know I'm insecure about having no booty." Because it's like, I don't. It's like, I'm not saying she can't. I'm not saying she can't. It's just not my speed, so I don't listen to it. It's just one of those things where sometimes it's just like, people usually sum it up as, yeah, it's her crying about niggas. And her talking about, like, cheating. Or, like, dating niggas with girlfriends. And it's like, yeah, that's not my vibe. No, thank you. Like, it's good to know that she does it. Like, it's like, okay, if I already don't like music about, like, I'm gonna fuck your nigga, excluding the specific song by Debret, boom, I fucked your boyfriend, bitch, I fucked your man. I love that song. I love that song. I fucking adore that song. Because you know what? Is it evil? Yeah, but it has aura. Sometimes you can be evil if you have a little bit of aura, you know? Like, I'm just saying. But, like... And then as for SZA's music, it's like, okay, that's kind of the same shit, but in a more sad and pathetic slow beat way. And I don't like lo-fi beats. I don't like slow R&B. It's just not my thing, personally. But even songs I have thought, like, I'm sure plenty songs by, like, Love Galore, I love that song. That's a great, amazing song. I was her for Halloween. I remember that. And I had the little butterfly ponytails. I looked fucking great. But I will say this. I'm gonna just say it like this. I don't, like, just, nah. I just can't get into it too much. I support her from a distance. Any song she has where she's with Kendrick Lamar is usually pretty good. Like, maybe I'm not the biggest fan of All the Stars, but you know what? It's still a great song. It's just like, eh. It's like, eh. I think I just like myself too much to at the very I'm gonna say it out loud. I think I like myself too much to really just be listening to music like, I have no booty and I fuck on it, cause who don't even really like me? I could be your supermodel, but you hate me. Do you see my waist beads? I ain't got no ass. It's like, no thank you. It's like All right, the next one. Let's move on before the SZA bitches beat my ass. But before you do, have you ever considered that you're really sexy? And if you beat my ass, I will enjoy it. I will come from that. I love beautiful black women. Feel free to beat my ass. Do it. I once had a dream. I remember I had a dream where I was at Target and then, like, the ops caught me. And it was just, like, a bunch of random ass black women who were just like, we see you, bitch. We're gonna get you. And they started, like, you know, doing the hand movements like they were gonna, like, I don't know, they were trying to fight me. And I just sat down and I'm like, go ahead, slap me. And so this bitch slaps the shit out of me, and I just turn my head back like, ah, can you do it harder? And then the girl who hit me was just like, yeah, I can't do this shit. And then they all just left me alone. That was a funny ass dream. Uh, I'm just saying, if you're thick, you can kind of get away with being an asshole. But some of y'all who listen to Cesar's music might not be thick. Otherwise, you wouldn't be listening to a song about someone who has no ass. And before you get too mad at me for saying that, it's a joke, not a dig. Don't take it hard. You don't have to like it. Shh. Alright, next topic. I can't get into astrology. I know everyone's into astrology. To Mitty, well, not me. And you want to know why? It's specifically because I'm not even kidding. This happened just the other day. I made new friends with a girl. She's very lovely, extremely sweet, or mostly. Uh, damn, my titty big as fuck. Damn, shorty. God bless. Sorry, I just had to say that. But like, I made friends with this girl, and we were talking about, we were like sharing about trauma, because of course you fucking would. We cool like that. And let's just say I told her, I was like, yeah, I told her about, one, all the times my mother has tried to kill me, intentionally or not, but anytime I talk about it, people are like, yeah, that was definitely intentional. She wanted you dead. She was like, waiting, girl. And then two, I talked about how my mom, when I was younger, she beat the shit out of me when I was like, I forget if I was 4 or like, I think all I remember, it was definitely below third grade level. But she beat me naked in the showers for like 8 hours and tried to make me sleep on the bathroom floor. And I kid you not, this girl's response was, "Wow, she must be a Cancer for sure." No sort of damn Timidity, I'm sorry, or your mom's a fucking psycho cunt who should rot in the pits and fiery bins of hell. Like, no, you just like, she's such a Cancer. She is not. Or a Cancer on my life? Yeah, absolutely. And that's why she was extracted and fucking tossed away to the side like a tumor. But no, nigga, she was born in like, I don't want to say which month in case someone wants to stalk me on here. Let's just say no, bitch. She was not born in July. She is not a Cancer. Fucking Jesus. Or is it? I don't know. I don't know shit about astrology. I don't care. I remember the funniest thing online was when a dude was like, I don't fucking like astrology because everyone thinks that I'm evil. And then they ask me if I'm an Aries. Like, fuck no, stupid bitch. And then people kept trying to ratio him, like, see, total Virgo male energy. And then he said, no, bitch, I'm a Scorpio. And then they tried to be like, oh, see, we detected that too. You're totally a Scorpio. He said, psych, bitch, I lied. I'm actually a Capricorn. Suck my dick. Because he just wanted to keep proving that it's like, hey, your little space racism act isn't getting to me. And if you're like, space racism, yeah, you're looking at the stars and being like, oh, the stars told me that you are destined to be a punk ass bitch. And so that's why you act the way you do. Like, no, sometimes abusers are just abusers. Sometimes people are just nut jobs. Sometimes people have like mental conditions and like all that. I'll say it like this: I respect astrology to a certain extent, but never too much. Because, like, I'm just saying, because it's like, how do I put this? Eventually, you get tired of people being like, breaking news! Diddy has been arrested for 200 and fucking 50 counts of child pedophilia and the rape of women and also the rape of da 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 and killing people and blowing up cars. And someone will be like, see, it's because he has main house in Gemini and because his Mars is in Aquarius. Shut the fuck up. There are serious topics at hands. We do not need some stupid bitches being like, the stars told me this would happen. See? Look at me. I know astrology. Like, you're hearing about, like, someone being a rapist and a pedophile, and, like, you with a cult of rapist pedophiles that enabled him for generations, like, fucking 30 years. And you're like, look at me. I knew this would happen because I looked at the day he was born. And the stars told me he would get exposed for something big. I did it. Like, it's just like another form of narcissism. I have to be honest. Like, calm the fuck. Like, bitch. Anyway. Also, it's so funny. I'm pretty good at knowing when certain things are bad, but still indulging in them anyway, so that's why I try my best not to get involved in certain things. Like with spirituality, I try to keep a 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because I know myself too well. I already know which mental conditions run in my family, and I do not need any psychosis or bullshit happening. Like, I'll put it this way. We already saw last winter, when I was losing my mind, on some like, what does it all mean? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? Type shit. And the answer is Well, okay, I still feel weird about it to this day. I'll put it this way. If you're wondering, I did a candle work to try to get a fucking specific type of man into my life. He came with overnight speedy shipping. We had an amazing time, but a lot of trauma happened. And I just thought to myself, why the fuck? Why the fuck? I asked for the perfect man and you sent me a dude who was a rapist and also abandoned me? What the fuck was this for? What does it all mean? And it made me all fucking loopy. But I don't know. I like spirituality, I support it. Some things I just can't do, especially certain branches of spirituality. Because I'll put it this way, like, I support people in their religions and their practices and whatever they do, but eventually it'll kind of like, I'll put it this way, it's like, okay, is Elegua really talking to you through your eye twitching and having issues? Or because, allegedly, I think he's like, is he an Orisha? I don't know how to pronounce it. All I know is, allegedly, he's depicted in some cases as having like one eye closed, one eye open, because he allegedly can see the path of like the living and the dead, which I think is cool as fuck. I've been having eye twitching issues, and it's one of those things where it's like, okay, sure, I could just be like, Elegua is trying to talk to me, and this is a sign that I need to get my life together, or else I'm gonna fucking be destroyed, and I'm gonna be miserable, and I should fucking start sitting rum and candy next to my door, and da 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 da. Sure, I could do that, but I don't even know if I'm fucking Nigerian. Number one, I don't like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do they fuck with non-Nigerians? Why would he fuck with me? I don't know. I don't know. And number two, maybe it's just the fact that I keep having obscene amounts of caffeine in my system and have not eaten a vegetable in God knows how long. And also, maybe I just need to go to the fucking eye doctor because even like a year ago or so, someone did straight up go, like, hey, to me, I put a flashlight against your eye and I swore I saw something in there like a cataract, and that would add up. But either way, whatever. Like, I don't know. Spirituality and astrology, there's like so many things that don't make sense. There's so many overlapping, like, there's just so many overlapping things. Okay, I'll put it this way. Because if astrology says that certain things are going to happen in my life according to a divine plan that is never going to be changed and has to happen in a specific way, then do I really have free will, or am I just like a pawn in some player's game and everything in my life is just supposed to fucking be shitty and suck? And like, who gets the benefit? Is it me? What higher power? Am I just like a pawn? Like, do I just have to go through a bunch of fucked up lore so that then my future grandkids have like an interesting backstory or something? Do I exist solely to play roles in other people's lives and then I just die like some useless NPC? What's the point of living if you just exist for, like, you know what I mean? I'll put it this way, like, if Jesus really existed, God probably knew he was gonna get killed, didn't he? Or did he not? I don't know. I don't know. And then in terms of like witchcraft and spirituality, if it's already meant for me, why do I have to ask for it and command it? Why do I have to dress like a candle in a bunch of herbs and oils and shit and do specific dances and rituals? Like, there are people killing chickens in closets because they're trying to get a fate that may or may not even be there for them. And it's like, I don't know, like, if it's already set in stone for you, why do you have to ask for it and do rituals? What's up with all these gods that you have to pray to then? And what's the point of the gods if you already have a destined path? And like, there's so much shit in spirituality. I could rant for hours on it, but I don't have it in me to talk about it. Plus, my throat feels kind of sore right now. Like, which gods exist and which ones don't? Like, what mythological creatures are real as fuck? Like, is hell real? Is God real? Is reincarnation real? When I die, is it just gonna be nothing but dirt and blackness, or like what? Like, there's a million things. Like, what the fuck are spirit guides? What are angels? What are devils? Who, like, how can you know when an omen is an omen that's going to put you on the right path, or an omen just to see if you're still stupid and if you're going to fall into a certain pattern? Or what if you get certain signs to do something that is going to really fuck you up in the long term, but it'll put you on a more blessed path? Or what if it just fucks you up and then you're stupid? There's a million factors like that. And let's just say I don't like to think about that shit, or else I'm going to start showing terrifying, terrifying symptoms of losing my goddamned mind. It's one of those things where sometimes you could be like, oh my god, what's in the grand scheme? What's my plan? What's in the cosmos? Is this a sign from the ancestors? I keep seeing angel numbers. I'm freaking out. My eyes twitching, help. And then sometimes it's like, hey, Timothy, you might just need to like sit in the sun for a bit and drink some water and eat some broccoli and some fish. You need to make sure your cognitive brain functions are going well. And I think you need to do a grounding ritual, like AKA touch grass. Like, take a shower, paint, draw. Like, sometimes the best thing you can do is just be like, I'm not gonna think about that shit. Because I don't want to be one of those bitches who's just like, oh, look at me. I'm the best because I knew R. Kelly was a predator. Because the stars told me. And the Orishas told me that I am destined for wealth. So fuck you. And like, I don't, like, no thank you. I think I just know what will cause me to lose my mind. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just be like, I'm not gonna focus on any of that shit. I'm gonna drink a little fucking sweet Baja Blast, and I'm gonna watch compilations of cute flash games I liked in the early 2000s, and I'm not gonna think about things, and I will just trust that life will work out for me, and trust my gut and intuition, and hope it all works out. Don't get me wrong, I do get certain urges in science and shit, but to a certain extent, I'm just like, bitch, stop showing me the angel numbers. I just want to watch this fucking Curry Kenshin video. Do not stress me out. And I don't know, like, it's sort of like that propaganda I am and am not falling for situation, where you just kind of have to choose, like, okay, what things do you like and what things don't. Like, you know what I mean? And, you can always grow and change and try things out, but some things I just avoid for a reason. Like, for all I know, maybe I will like Nirvana. Maybe I will like fucking Coldplay or Radiohead, but you know what? Or Hamilton. But some things I just don't do because it's like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to watch a bunch of like extremely mixed caste people play white supremacists and colonizers in the form of rap and sing song and dance. Maybe that's not my thing. It's okay if it's your thing. It's not my thing. I remember a specific ex of my, like, ugh, I remember, ugh, I just got cringe flashbacks to an ex I had when I was 17. He was like 19 or something, ew. And he was singing to me some Hamilton song without me knowing a single thing about Hamilton, and he was singing it with such velocity. I mean, veracity, ferocity, yeah, ferocity and velocity. He was slamming his fist on the table and everything, and I thought, this is so cringe. I think he had autism, which is honestly something that I think I've noticed in. I think most of my partners have autism. Honestly, we love autistic people. I'm autistic if you haven't realized. Let's see. But what was I saying? I'm sorry. But let's just say it like this. I think certain shit you shouldn't fall for. Like, I always thought, oh yeah, I'm never gonna eat Burger King and Taco Bell because those are like shit tier brands. Except last night when I was really fucking wasted, I went for it. Funny enough, I drank last night, but I am anti-alcohol. Like, I get why people drink it, but I just think to myself, if you have to be in a social situation where you have to be tipsy just to function through life or through a situation, maybe you're just not around the right people. And it's true. It's like some of these niggas do suck. But you know what? Last night when I was a little bit too tipsy off of a two different Mexican Cokes, the soda, it's really good. It's better than American Coke, the soda, because it's made with real sugar, cane sugar. It's tasty as fuck. It's almost like Dr. Pepper. I hate Coke, American Coke. But I will say this. Last night there was this hot girl, and I had talked to her, and like, my first words to her were, you're so fucking sexy that it doesn't even make sense. God damn. And she blushed so hard with her beautiful ass, and we talked, and I didn't give a fuck about her boyfriend being there, but he was happy to be there. Like, he seemed like a sweetie pie. And we just talked about eye makeup and shit. I felt a little bad about leaving the conversation early, but I'm self-aware about like when my limits in the conversation are hitting. So if I stayed, I probably would have been like, uh-oh, my autism's kicking in. My mouth feels ashy. I'm worried I have that little white cast around my mouth. My eyes twitching a little bit. I hate eye contact, and I have nothing more to say to them despite an urge to want to talk to them. So they seem lovely. Hope I see them again. She was beautiful. God bless her. She seemed so sad that I had to cut conversation and not talk further. For me to find out I had like an extra 2 to 5 minutes to spare as my buddy was pulling the car around. But it's okay. Well, more like 2 minutes. Time just goes slowly when you're tipsy, it seems. Oh, but you know what? I still think alcohol is stupid. How do I put this? Hell, that's another thing. I try to avoid people who need to drink alcohol. Like, if you're the type of person who's like, let's go on a bar run, or bar hopping, or blah, 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 that's not my thing. Like, I get it. Especially in America, it's like a culture. It's a custom. It's like, if you want to have fun with people, drink. But no offense, I want to be around people where it's like, even if we're taking shots of water, or kombucha, or fucking lemon juice, or like, we could still have fun. I'm just saying, you can do a lot to still have fun. You can enjoy your life. You can, like, I don't know. I think it's a cop out. I think it's pussy as fuck. And it's like, I'd rather just be around people where it's like, I think they can talk to me whether or not I'm inebriated and gonna remember it the next morning. You know what I mean? Like, people who are consistent and safe enough for me, where, and they, like, how do I put this? Why do you need to get drunk at a comedy show? Like, fucked up at a comedy show. There's no reason for that. Last night I was there and this dude drank way too much somehow, and he kept interrupting the comedy show just to say dumb shit like, "Hey man, hey, you know, if I want, I can get on stage and I could just, I'm so strong, I can just wah wah bow wah bow and then take you from behind." And then he just kept, and I openly was like, "Are you talking about raping the comedian?" And he was like, "Hey," it's like, "What are you doing?" And he was so drunk and he kept it up for like another 20 fucking minutes. And it's like, "Sir," like, if we had to kick him out. Like, and also, hell, my buddy Sean. I took my buddy Sean to this Martin Luther King themed comedy show. And I remember, I'll put it this way: Sean is autistic and he's white and he's just, even, I don't know, I don't know, even if he didn't have the autism, even though it's hard to picture him without it, he's still the type of white guy that has like a black accent and says shit like, "Nah, I mean, nah, saying, what's up, what's good, word," like that type. Like, he has a deep ass voice. Like, he's one of those dudes where it's like, it's really hit or miss. Sometimes he's the dude who's buying everybody shots of tequila with his tech money and being super sweet and friendly and buying pizza and being hella nice and everyone loves him. But this night was not one of those nights. He's the type, so he got drunk because he was dealing with some inner demons. We talked about it afterwards. But he kept pulling a Will Smith. And if you're like, what do you mean by that? He kept getting up on stage. Or like the comedians were on stage and he kept standing up and shouting shit in the middle of their performance. And I would have to either physically yank his ass down or be like, "Sit your ass down," like a black mom. And it's like, sir, like, do you know how wild it is to have to sit next to a white dude who gets too drunk and then just keeps coming up to the stage being like, "Ah man, I could just come up and punch you." Like, what's up with men and getting drunk and threatening to punch comedians in the face? Even when they're not, the comedians will not be saying anything threatening or hostile their direction. They just want to feel machismo as fuck. Like, "Hey dude, did you know I could beat your ass hypothetically?" Yeah. Like, hypothetically, I could like Mortal Kombat the shit out of you. I could like take your spine, rip it out of your body, and shove it up my ass in front of your mother. Did you know that? It's like, none of us wanted to know that. Number one, sit your ass down, drink some water, and please see a therapist. And just these niggas, what the fuck are they doing? But yeah, Sean, I'll put it this way: it's a very bad look if you're at a black comedy show where everyone on stage is black and you're the white dude threatening to punch people unprovoked. They for the most part could tell he wasn't gonna do shit, but it was still a bit of let's not do that, and let's not see if he will ever get the fucking nerve. But if Sean ended up getting jumped at that event, that would have honestly made my night. I would have laughed my ass off. I would have felt bad for Sean, but it's like, nigga, you know better. And let's just say Sean got banned from the, like, I talked to my comedian producer friend after, and he was like, "Thank you for bringing him as an audience member. Never bring him again, especially never to my shows. And yeah, thank you for coming out." And I apologized profusely. And I had to really read Sean the Riot Act. I was like, "You are a white man threatening a black performers, and you knew that you had to sit your ass down and laugh, and you kept interrupting their sets, mocking their jokes, interjecting, fucking up their flow, and all sorts of shit. Like, how fucking dare you?" And like, he apologized and he made good with a bunch of the performers after. He's been going through a lot. But and also, I'm just gonna say it: alcohol to suppress what you're going through is a bad idea, coming from someone who's done it. Like, Jesus Christ. And also, like, okay, I'll expand on this topic first before I move on. Let's just say, if sometimes I hear people's life situations and it's so bad that it's like, shit, dude, if I were you, I would have fucking consumed every alcohol in existence and coke and heroin. But I think the strongest thing you can do is if you do that shit bone sober and like, you're one of the strongest people on earth. I've been through a lot. I've done that shit sober. But let me tell you, if I knew, like, if I get it, if someone gave me the option of, "Hey, Tamia, do you want a fruity drink that will make you not think about it and not feel anything about it and not reflect on it?" I see why some would go for it. But I think more people need to sit with their emotions and process them. Because with my friend Sean, he had to process right. He was living with a girlfriend who was a hoarder and controlling, and he wasn't able to, like, even take a bath or a shower because she would have, like, fucking 8 pounds or actually more like 80 pounds of like fucking magazines from the 2000s just stacked in the bathtub. And he couldn't even like wash his hands or take a nap without tons of clutter, and or like, going into your own kitchen and not being able to make a snack because you find out that she's hiding her underwear from the 90s in there or something, or you have to step over like a million bins. Like you have to go through a little fucking mini fucking maze and go through like a fucking labyrinth just to like get some graham crackers from the cabinets. You'd lose your fucking mind. I know from experience. So I get why, and it's like, I'll put it this way: alcohol was not helping him healthily process his emotions. But you know what? He had decided after that night, he was like, I'm going to stop drinking, or at least not that much. And he was like, I'm going to be very careful. Like, if I drink, it's going to be an intense limit. He made sure if he hung out with me, he was going to be fucking sober. And he knew I didn't like to drink either. So it's like, if you drink, sure, but I won't drink with you type shit. And he was respectful. And he worked on himself, and now he lives separately from his girlfriend as he needs to. And yeah, like things are getting processed. What was I saying? Just, but yeah, I've hung out with people where it's like they need a drink. Like if they're going to the movies, they need a drink. If they're going to the park, they need a drink. Like, why are you bringing a huge bottle of gin and cranberry juice to the fucking park? Are you serious? It's not even like 1 o'clock. Like, why can't you enjoy a movie or a night at home or a concert without a drink? Like, I think it's just, I'm gonna say it, I think it serves to what capitalism wants, because it wants you to not care about yourself and other people. It wants you fat and stupid and obedient and not asking any questions for yourself, the life around you, just tolerating and drinking. That's why Thanksgiving, like the night before Thanksgiving, is usually one of the biggest drinking nights ever. Like, ever. Like, same for, I think, I heard like the night before Christmas Eve is also a huge night for drinking because people can't tolerate their fucking families and they don't want to unpack trauma and they're pussy as fuck. So instead of just processing their emotions, they drink, they drink, they drink, they drink, they drink, fuck up their liver, fuck up their metabolism, fuck up their life, make some bad decisions, fuck the wrong people, just living life not conscious because they can't stand the life they have. And instead of changing their life, they just choose to phase out to like the drunk plane where it's like everyone's my friend, no enemies ever. I feel good and I'm sexy and you get to feel good. But the thing is, I usually enjoy when I can, like, that's why I get along pretty well with people. Even though I get along very well with people who have turned sober or who are trying to get sober, because then they'll be like, wow, this is the first time I've had fun at a concert without any sort of like alcohol, mushrooms, drugs. It's like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, like once you get used to the whole release your inhibitions and once you get the right people around you, shit feels great. Like, I'm just saying, I get it. Like, you want to get out of your head, and a lot of people are in their head. But, like, I'm just saying, it's so freeing. Anyway, like, but yeah, so just as I've had plenty of moments where it's like, oh, look, I'm drinking and I'm socializing with people, it's like, hey, it's people who wouldn't talk to me otherwise, or who I wouldn't want to talk to otherwise. Or, and like, I don't know. Like, there's benefits and there's not. I'm just saying, it's like, if we have to drink everywhere, or if I have to drink with you, you're usually not my type of person. I like the type of people who where I feel safe with them and talk with them easily. Because I can go on a date and easily succeed on a date if I go on autopilot. I can get tipsy. I can get drunk. When I'm tipsy, anything goes. I'm the biggest flirt ever. I'm very like I'm naturally confident, but it's like I just feel fucking. I don't give a fuck. I will be blasphemous with the level of confidence I get when I'm drunk. I was out. I was just like I had 3 drinks last night. By the third drink, I was just walking up to bitches like, "You're fucking sexy. How old are you? Above the age of 30. That's fucking hot." And when she didn't respond to that well, I just texted her boo and a bunch of tomato emojis after. Yikes. Fuck you, Mira. I don't give a fuck. And then, yeah, I talked to some people, said some weird things, but I don't know, they liked it, they were happy about it, they're messaging to me this morning, but I'll say it like this, recently I went to an outing, and a bunch of people there, like, I'll put it this way, a nigga who I would define as an op was there, and it's like, this nigga cheated on his girlfriend of 10 years, the entire 10 years that they were together. And I was the one who led to their relationship being destroyed because, simply put, you're gonna hate this sentence. I am a girl's girl, at least in that regard. It's like I'm gonna tell because it's like, well, it's more like she found out, and then I had the option to withhold information with despite her finding out. But I was like, nah, I like he's. I thought he was cool, but it's like deep down, this is disrespectful as fuck to her. I don't fuck with cheaters, or at least not usually, unless I'm paid. But that's a long story. Let's just say it like this: like, that nigga didn't like me because it's like, oh, she fucked up my relationship. Nigga, you fucked up your relationship. Suck my dick. But you know what happened? Is that eventually, like, I was tipsy at an event, he could tell. And so then he started, like, he fist bumped me, and now he unblocked me or whatever. And he's trying to be, oh, ooh, look, we're cool now. Are we? I still don't like you. I still think you're disgusting with a fucked up horse face, buddy. I still think you're a gross little sex addict who totally destroyed a woman's life for a decade straight. And there's allegedly more monstrous shit about him that will come out soon, or that she just isn't sharing for some fucking reason. When it does, I hope she is quick about it, but she's not, so who fucking knows. All I know is I want to make sure that I'm sober enough where I can recognize when there are enemies around me. And I still remember a night like a year or so ago, yeah, like a year ago, where these dudes got angry at me because I didn't want one more glass of wine with them. And then I realized, like, oh shit, two men older than me, both on my ride home, know where I live, are angry because I'm not drinking. For some reason, they need me to drink, despite how I'm already plenty social and they're killing the vibe. And, like, I'll put it this way, multiple times actually within the last year or so, I've had situations where men are just trying to pressure me to drink, and then when I say, oh, no, thank you, I'm fine without a drink, we could just talk normally, they'll be like, hey, drink. What do you mean, no? Like, come on, we can get you something. Get a tequila. Come on, you don't want to do a shot of vodka? And I'll be like, no, thank you, I don't like that type of stuff. Come on, drink with it. And then it stops being like flirty, and they start just being like, you need to have a drink. You need to physically have a drink. You need to have a fucking drink. And it's like, what the fuck do you... So, and then it's like, bruh, what the fuck are you talking about? It's so goddamn stupid. And it's like, see, because how do I put this? Whenever someone's trying really hard to get me to go drinking for a date, it's usually because they're a predator. And it's also extra funny because it'll be someone who's like, I'll put it this way. It'll be people, I'll put it on my dating profiles that I don't drink because I want to weed out the people who don't read my profile. So and also because it's like it's low effort, and also why would I would just want to go out and consume alcohol? That's pathetic. I have much better things to do with my life and my time. Like, if I wanted to drink alcohol, I'm gonna do it in the privacy of my home, pussy out, butt naked, watching High School Dreams fucking playlists. You know, I'm gonna be watching cool ass motherfucking YouTubers play flash games from the early 2000s. I am not gonna be out there with some guy who could be a danger. No, thank you. I'm not trying to get roofied or whatever. Or I'm just not trying to be drunk around a man. And those are usually the dudes who are just trying to speed run getting you back to their apartment. Because if you lower your inhibitions, you're more trusting. And it's like, no, thank you. I'm not that type. If you want the type of girl, it's like, I also make it clear in my profiles, I'm the type of girl that likes to have fun. But if your only idea of fun is drinking or sex, you have a very pathetic life and you need to stay away from me. So, that's something I believe in. It's like, yeah, do something with yourself. So I like the men who are like, let's go to a comedy show, let's go to this event, da 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 da. Thank you. A million times more interesting. Anyway, my phone is dying, and I think that's at least enough for this topic so far. Thank you for listening, and goodbye. Sorry. Oh, shit, I burped in your face. I'm so sorry. Excuse me. I am so sorry. I feel awful. I'm sorry, baby. Mwah. Take care of yourself. Bye. Mwah. Mwah.